when you become a dad and you try to be funny. When your kids start to tease you. Hi, Sally. Hi, 519. I put yesterday's live on my YouTube. Everybody was asking me, so I finally did it. Hi, Matt. How are you? Hi, Christine. It just takes time for it to download, so I have to not like it takes forever. It's like anything that serious, but it takes a little bit of time for it to download onto my phone, and then I upload it onto YouTube. Not like it's a big deal or anything, but. They're really skippy? Are they? What is it? Sally's pausing? Hi, Ray. My day was good. How was your day? Hi, Ava. Is it jumpy on here? Or glitchy? Aw, really? That's annoying. Who feels like watching it like that? Well, let me know if it's annoying, guys, because if it's not working, then we can jump off for tonight. Yeah, if it keeps doing that, keep me aware, Sally, guys. Because if it's just not worth it, I'm not gonna chat, because that's just it's not worth it. We can always catch up tomorrow. It's probably just TikTok. It's every live. Okay, the servers. What? Just I don't know how that works. What is it? Just TikTok servers or something? Or TikTok's down? Just not working right? Yeah, it rained here today too, all day. Why did that sound weird the way I said that? Yeah, it rained here today all today or something. I said that weird. Hi, 5D. Okay, just let me know, guys, if it gets to be just not worth it, because I don't want to. They are debating. You know what, Ava? You know what's so funny about that? I'll catch a catch of it, and I just keep scrolling. I don't buy into any of that stuff, Ava. If it doesn't resonate with me in my life, I'm goodbye. I ignore those things, and I don't let things like that bother you. Don't let them upset you, or just stay calm. It'll work out. People talk, people say things. You're going to hear so many things. I caught tiny little things of it, and I'm just yeah, okay, sure. Not my reality. It's not. Oh, maybe, Joe. Oh, thanks, Ricky. I never, when people say any kind of thing, they'll say, my TikTok got shut down or something like this, something like that. I just totally block those things out of my reality. It does, 5D. It's so funny. I guess it's only for certain people. Because some people are saying that it is and it isn't. So, I know, me too, Ava. Me too. Like, I would never want to go back to, we'll just have to create our own. We'll have to create our own. That's all. And we'll have to be picky about who we let in. What was I going to say here? Yeah, so, like, when it's raining for me, I just, like, use it as an excuse, like, just to relax and stay in and lay low. Like, I don't let the weather affect me. Like, I try not to let it affect me. I've always said that, though. I always said, oh, I love a rainy day. I like a rainy day. Oh, Sally, that stinks. Guys, let me know if it's bad on here for you guys. I'm not going to stay on. If I notice you guys, just let me know that you're leaving, Sally or 5D. If yous are jumping off, like if all my moderators are jumping off on here, and it's Christine, how is it for you? Because it sounds like it's pretty bad for most of you guys. Oh, that's so annoying. Is it choppy for you, Christine? Yeah, I do like the outdoors too, Ray. I just don't, the rain just doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me, I guess. I mean, if it rained for like 2 weeks straight, I would probably start really getting blah. Okay, Christine. Hi, Charles. Hi from Italy. Oh, Ray, that stinks. I don't speak Italian, but you know what's so funny? I follow this girl that she moved to Italy. She's from, I think she's just, I don't know exactly where she's from, but she moved to Italy, and she said the best way to learn how to speak Italian, so funny how like your thoughts are always manifesting. Her video today was about how the best way to learn how to speak Italian is to listen to the music that they sing, Italian music. I know this is completely off topic, but it was one of her videos today. I love Italy. I just think it's so pretty. So I follow her for that reason, just because I like that she shows like how like they live and how nice it is. It's so peaceful there, and like they just move at a slower pace in Italy. Oh, that's so cool. Well, yeah, there you go. I love her videos. Like, she talks about how everybody's just kind of more relaxed there, and like just from her videos you can just tell it's just like, it seems like just so peaceful, and people move slower, and people aren't just like in a rush so much. And I just think it's just really pretty. Like, I love all the stone and stuff like that. What, like, yeah, so she listens to like music, Italian music, and that's how she learns that's how she's learning how to speak Italian. So she looks up the words in English, and obviously she listens to it in Italian, looks up, and that's how she's learning how to speak Italian. She's like that. She was speaking about how that's the easiest way to learn, how it's been for her. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not moving there. I just follow her because I like it. I like the pictures, and I just think it's pretty. Is it 5D? You've been there. I'll try to like jump on my live. Like, it's so weird. It's like, sure, yeah, come on, come hang out with me. I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I guess it is glitchy because it's kind of light. It's kind of light even on here. Yeah, that would bother me. Like if I was on a live and it just kept glitching like that. And she said like they don't have dryers. They don't really use dryers there. You prefer Africa, Ava? I mean, I don't want to live there. That's not what I'm like. I just like scenery of. I like the pictures of it, and I think it would be nice to visit. Like, but I have no desire to live there. I'm from Philly, PA. Yeah. I always say, like, I talk with my hands all the time. Everybody always asks me if I'm Italian all the time. Because when I'm, like, really talking, I start talking with my hands. Can I add you on it? I don't do Instagram. I don't do Instagram, Michael. I don't do Instagram or Facebook. I just do TikTok. And I don't follow many people on TikTok. I keep my news feed just, like, very light. I always tell people, like, I don't even follow manifesting stuff. I just follow people that I enjoy, like that girl that moved to Italy. I follow, like, families and couples and, like, funny stuff like that. Like, that's usually what because that's my news feed. So that's, like, what I like to watch. Funny stuff. But I don't actually I don't go on Facebook. I have a private Facebook group, but it's just in regards to manifesting and stuff like that. No, see, I don't want to be in Philly. I never felt like my heart belonged here ever. My whole entire life, even when I was young. Like, I never felt, even though I sound like it, right? I never felt like a Philly girl. Like, I want to be out somewhere, like, in the middle of nowhere. Literally, like, in the middle of nowhere and not, like, in the busy city or any of that. This is not me at all. And I'm in a quieter part of it. I used to be was busy when I grew up, like, more close and houses closer together. Even where I am now is like that, but I moved to a quieter place. Where I'm at is, like, in the corner. I have, like, the woods behind me, so it's actually kind of nice and quiet. But I still don't want to be here. I do not want to be here. Just being truthfully honest. I'm Philly, PA, Michael. I want to be in the middle of nowhere, like, where nobody can find me. I don't know exactly where I want to live. Like, do I want to not be away? Probably where it's a little warmer. I'm okay with the seasons. Like, Philly, obviously, like, you know, the areas around here, like, you know, you're getting the seasons and stuff like that. But if you move up towards, like, Florida, it's a little warmer. I don't need it to be, like, warm all the time, though. I don't mind the seasons, but I don't like the freezing cold. So I don't know. I'm not like, this is exactly where I want to live type thing. I just want to be, like, living in, like, where I have land around me and where it's, like, in the middle of nowhere, like, where I can build a home and keep building, like, that type of a thing. Oh, that stinks, 5D. Oh, God, that's so annoying. It really is. Like, I can't. What a bummer. In Ireland, they probably, she's the finest Philly in the middle. How about you, Ava? Where do you want to live? Yes, that's so true, Christine. Like, would that be like a farm type thing? I don't want a farm where I'd have to, like, wake up and, like, take care of a bunch of animals in the morning. I love animals and I want animals around me all the time. But I don't want to have to, like, a ranch. I don't know if I'm wrong, but is that where, like, you'd have to, like, take care of, like, animals and stuff like that? I picture, like, getting on my cowboy boots, getting out there in the mud, feeding the horses. I don't know if I really want that. There you go, Ava. But I do love animals. Like, I would love to have just animals around me. I like having animals around me. Oh, so Ray, yeah, so like, yeah, I don't know if I would like to have like water around me, but I'm not like super like attracted to like the beach and stuff like that. It's not like something that I dream of. It was never a dream of mine to like live on the beach or live by the ocean. Like, that was never like a dream of mine. More so just put me in the middle of nowhere. Literally, like, that's where I think I'd be most happy, honestly. With like my family and my kids and like stuff like that and like my animals. I don't need to be around a lot of people. Like, I am fine with like just being around just my family. Like, that's enough for me. Like, I know a lot of people they're very social. They like to go out and they like to be around people all the time and they like to have plans all the time, and that is not me. That is not me at all. Really, Ava? That's cool. Like, yeah, but I do picture like, I like that country feel though. Like that country feel, like that country, I don't know. You do, Ava? Yeah, I don't think I love the sand. As silly as that sounds, like, I don't know if I love the sand and like the ocean and like the ocean water. I don't know if I love that. It's fun, I guess, to go and every now and then and hang out on the beach and stuff like that, but it's not my thing. It's not like oh my God, I just love being by the ocean. I just love it. It doesn't excite me. On manifesting a relationship, Darius, you want to know that you can start, if this is like brand new to you, you could sit and write and script on like what you want in a relationship. You don't have to do that though, Darius. You can just know that there's a healthy relationship that exists for you. You can be specific on what you want in someone, how they look, where they're from. You can get specific like that. You don't even have to write that stuff down. You could just sit and think about it. But just know that you're moving towards that in this moment. You just setting that intention out that you even want a relationship, that is an intention. That is a manifestation right then and there. And your only job is really to know that it's done in that moment and focus more so on yourself and feeling good on your own. Because the thing about relationships is you really want to work on yourself and becoming the best version of you. And I say that as in really being happy without a relationship, filling up your own cup, being fulfilled on your own, being whole on your own is what really brings a relationship in the best way possible for you, if that makes any sense. I feel like I missed some stuff here. I guess it gives us an excuse to just talk about just whatever tonight, and maybe, we might not get into any heavy topics tonight. Not that they're heavy, but so you're in California, Ava. Guys, you gotta understand, the only beach I've been to Wildwood Beach, and I've been to like North Carolina. Like, their beaches are really nice, and I've had big homes there that we would have for a week, and it would be really nice and quiet and peaceful there. But I just don't know if I'm a beach person. I love being around people and hanging around people, like we're all like together on the beach and all that, but it's just, I don't know if it's something that is like a dream of mine. No problem, Darius. Just know that it exists in this very moment, that relationship, that you're desiring. And the more that you make it about feeling good on your own and just, I always do the practice, because this is going to manifest many things into your life, not just a relationship. Do the practice of feeling the best you can in each moment. And when you're not feeling so great, you just stay calm in those moments and let it pass. That's moving you towards everything, not just a relationship, right? Towards your best life. Did you grow up there, Ava? See, there you go. I'm talking with my hands again. I don't even realize it. So if that were me, I would relax and sleep, because I know the housework would get done eventually, right? Here's the thing, when it comes to like doing things that you don't want to do and you're forcing yourself to do it, the next day or even that night, you'll have a burst of energy and you'll actually want to do it. This is when I started like kind of learning about this information and understanding all this stuff and energy, where like you would have, like I would be like, I don't feel like putting up my decoration, like Christmas decorations right now, but I feel like I had to because everybody else was starting to put theirs up. And then like I would be like, you know what, I'm not doing it. I'm not, even if I don't do it at all, I don't care. But you always, one day you get this burst of energy where you're so excited to do it and you can't wait to do it. Never force yourself to do it, like to do things that you don't want to do. Just relax, take that time to rest. Trust me, you'll be in the mood to do it, to start cleaning and doing those things. How are you, Lions? And just start practicing that more often, and you'll start seeing that. You'll start realizing like there'll be a flow that happens, right? And don't get so upset when things aren't always perfect. I had to let that go too. Like, yeah, right? You don't even realize it. I don't know if is your name Kate? Kate? I started letting go a lot of things that would normally have bothered me all the time. Like, oh my God, this is a mess and that's a mess. And I just let it go. And I'll go out and do what I have to do. And then I'll come back and then I'll start cleaning and I'll have this energy to do it. And everything's okay. It always works out. Hi, Pineapple. How would you go about manifesting something material like tickets to a comedy show or a cup of coffee? So like with something like that, it's all about resistance. So for you, it might be like, for you, manifesting a cup of coffee might be, you getting a cup of coffee in your house. That might be your path of least resistance in that moment. Or you may just think about it and have no resistance around it. And someone may call you and say, oh, do you want to go get a cup of coffee? Or like a little quick story of an example is, one time I was sitting out in my yard and I'm like, I'm craving a hoagie. Like, I don't know why, but I had no resistance around it. And my son calls me and says, Mom, I'm running to Wawa. Do you want anything? And I'm like, yes, I want a hoagie. So he literally brought me a hoagie. I manifested a hoagie. So like, it depends kind of on your resistance around those tickets and that cup of coffee, right? Like one time I wanted mashed potatoes. Well, guess what? My path of least resistance was for me to go into my cabinet to realize I had potatoes. I peeled them, I mashed them, and I actually made them so good because I added like cheese and bacon and all this stuff. And they turned out like better than if I were to like order them or go pick them up from somewhere or make them like instant. So like it depends on like your path of least resistance with things. Hi, Nathan. That's what I always try to tell people about, like everyone has their own path of least resistance. Like someone asked me a question today about weight loss. They said, I can't imagine me not having to do anything in order to lose weight. Well, that's how it worked for me because I didn't have resistance around that. I've always maintained my weight, but I was always on diets and like stuff like that. So I was like, I don't want to do diets anymore. I want to be able to eat whatever I want to eat. I don't want to be forced to work out. I don't want to feel guilty. So life took me on my path of least resistance. One thing led to the next. Now I never diet. That's not even in my reality. So it's like your things, everything will lead you to the next best thing. And it'll keep getting better. It'll keep getting easier because you'll get better at this the more you're in alignment with your true self. How are you, Nathan? So if you can kind of loop, just kind of like be like, this is what I really want, and kind of just let it go and just focus more on yourself. If you can just let go of that, like that want and need for it, it'll show up. It'll show up in surprising ways for you. Or it may be you buying the tickets. Like that might be where you're at, and that's okay. It like doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're at. You'll keep getting better at this. You'll keep becoming more aligned with your true self, and manifestations just happen a little easier. But it's also things that are truly meant for you too. A lot of people say that with like, I always say like, yeah, I've manifested things that weren't like soul desires, right? It was still me in like a different mindset at that time. It was where I was at with things. But the key is, hi Dream. The key really is to just keep doing this practice because it keeps getting easier. It keeps making more sense. You keep getting more clear on what you truly want because you're more in alignment with your true self. And you understand this more. But you never know, Loop. You never know. Like somebody could be giving away those tickets. There's so many ways. Like keep yourself very open-minded. That's why like don't give up. Just you never know. Actually, there's a story, one of Abraham Hicks's videos about this woman really wanted to see Abraham, but the tickets were sold out. But she stood out in line, and somebody was like gave her their tickets, or they had an extra ticket because someone couldn't go. So you just never know like how things. But again, it depends on your resistance around the topic. I guess tea tonight, Nathan. I guess tea. Because I ate my last cookie this morning and I don't have anything to eat. But I was watching this girl on TikTok make a cake. And I was like, I really want to make a cake. I like vanilla cake with vanilla icing. And I'm thinking to myself, I think I'm going to do that. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. And guess what? I will probably eat that whole cake by myself. Like, that's how my kids are. Like, they don't eat stuff like that. My one son might eat a piece or two. No, David, I'm not holding my hair up. Are you having Oreo cookies? I actually have the mint ones, the thin mint ones in my cabinet. My daughter wanted them. And she was like, I want those. She's like, I want the Girl Scout cookies, but they weren't selling them at the time. So she's like, how about I get those thin mint Oreos? And I was like, okay. I said, but you really got to try those cookies by, I think they're by Keebler or Grasshoppers or whatever. And she didn't know I don't even think she knew they existed. And I got her those cookies and she's like, oh, they're way more closer to the Girl Scout cookies. She loved those. Hi, Cynthia. Nathan, is it glitching for you? And Cynthia, let me know if it's glitching for you guys. Because for some people it's glitchy, some people it's not. They're okay, but I would never prefer those mint cookies. And Nathan, I would buy the double stuffed Oreo cookies. I would never eat just a regular Oreo cookie. It has to be double stuffed if I eat it. I need and if they had the triple, I would do the triple. Cause I like icing. Like when I eat cake, I'm going more for the icing and less cake. I like the ones from the bakeries. Like I like the ones like a sugar cookie from the bakery. But I also like I just like sugar cookies. I think I just like all kinds of sugar cookies, or like the butter cookies, those types of cookies. I hate when I don't have sweets in the house, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm hungry right away. And like all I need is just like a cookie. Like I don't need anything. I don't need a meal or anything, or like a huge breakfast. I just need like just a cookie or something. Yeah, double stuffed over here. I love the double stuffed. Will you post this live? Yeah, I can post this live too. See, I can start posting all the lives that we have on here, and I'll post them on my YouTube from now on. I'll be consistent with it. Because honestly, guys, I don't really post on my YouTube as much as I post on my TikTok. I favor TikTok. And on my Facebook, I do post on my Facebook private group every day. And if you're not a part of it and you want to be a part of it, you just have to click on the link there to join, and then I'll approve you. And I'm starting to post all my Abraham favorites. I have a few favorites that I've listened to consistently, and you'll notice when you listen to them that I speak a lot about those videos, because I've listened to them over and over again. Just very short and to the sweet and to the point. I just listened to Eckhart today for the first time in a year, I think. Eckhart Tolle, because I've listened to him a lot, and he was talking about resistance, and he was talking about like he was just giving his feedback when people would ask him questions, and it was just interesting to watch him. Yes, I will definitely post them every day. I'll post them. I'll do it every morning because it takes them time. They have to like do some type of a thing before I can, or process them or something before I can like upload them. So like every morning I'll start posting them consistently up onto my YouTube. Hi, Sherry. Listen to the Power Rangers. No problem, Cece. It was so nice here yesterday. It was so warm, and then today it was like kind of cold and rainy, just like totally different temperature. Yeah, so I think without a doubt, because I listened to Eckhart, Joe Dispenza, and Abraham. They were like the three people that I listened to consistently. So I picked up a lot of their stuff, and that's kind of what I speak from, I believe. Mostly Abraham Hicks, without a doubt, because I think they're all similar, because they talk about, I think Abraham and Eckhart are very similar because they talk a lot about feeling, intuition. I resonate with intuition, feeling your way through life. I've always been that way. I've always been intuitive and that type of person. So I think that's why I resonate with those teachings. And I love how they talk about resistance. They both, Eckhart and Abraham, both talk about resistance as well, which I love. Negative emotion, lower energy. Oh, Sherry, me neither, girl. Me neither. But I did at times and I didn't at times. And a lot of people didn't resonate with him. I had to be in the right mood to listen to Eckhart because he's very slow. He always takes time to like answer his questions and go within, which honestly is a good thing to do, is to always take that pause. He takes that pause and then responds to a question. He takes a lot of pause, and he talks a lot about that pause in between our thoughts, right? When we can stop and we can take a minute and just get the answer from a higher source, right? Not jump and out of impulsive, right? And just be like, or defensiveness, like how we usually do in those lower energies. So I like his approach, but yes, listening to him, you have to be patient, definitely. Right, like I feel like I listen to all kinds of music. I love all kinds of music, except I'm sorry for anyone that loves country music. Country music's the only thing that I never was able to like really like get used to for some reason. But I like I'm trying to think. I was listening to Christmas music today, guys, like really, and I had a Christmas candle lit while I was cleaning my house. I like 90s R&B. I love 90s R&B. I like your Boys to Men radio station. Like I will listen, Casey and JoJo, like all that kind of stuff. But I like today, like not really today's stuff. Like I don't love today's stuff. Like songs here and there are good. Like I don't know, like certain songs from certain people that sing. I think it's like, is it 21 Pilots? Like some of their songs that I like. I don't know. I just like all kinds of music. And then I'll go back to like Fleetwood Mac and Chicago, like all that kind of stuff growing up. I feel like I like a wide variety of music. I like the oldies. I'll listen to the oldies. You worked at Universal Studios? That's so cool. Yeah, like I like Snoop. Like I'll listen to Snoop and I'm trying to think of like all the old stuff, like Biggie Smalls and like I love all that stuff. Like all those songs. Like that takes me back to when I was young. Like that's when I was like growing up, teenager, you know, listen to that kind of music. You know what, Sherry? I feel like my songs are like they're not going to be, not everyone's going to resonate with the music because I don't pay attention to the words like that. Like I don't take the words to heart, where other people may be like, this is not uplifting, like this is negative, but I don't listen to it because of that. I listen to it because, first of all, because I know the words. I like that I know the words to the song. Like that gets me, that's what I resonate with, that I actually know the words to the song and that I'm singing it and that the beat is upbeat, right? But if I posted some of my songs to our group, people might be like, wait, she promotes positivity and the words to this song are not positive. But to me, it's upbeat and it brings back good memories, right? Like, you know, kind of what I'm saying? Like it brings back memories of when I was young or when I was hanging out with my friends and we're all singing a song together. Like that's how, so it's kind of like personal in a way. If you kind of know what I mean there. Hi, Sonny. Yeah, Eminem is he's a great rapper. He's a really good rapper. I'll send them to you. Yeah, Sherry. You like all like that kind of stuff. Like the 90s stuff. I'm going to show, what's the playlist that I go on Amazon. And I think it's Amazon. So, and I type in 90s R&B or 90s hip hop. And then it's just a whole bunch of different songs from there. Like Aaliyah, going back to like Aaliyah, TLC even, right? Like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like the Eagles, Chicago, Fleetwood Mac, all of that. But I even go back to like even listening to like, I don't know, the oldies like Stand By Me and Sweet Caroline and Build Me Up Buttercup, like even all that kind of music. Like my playlist is so many songs and such a variety of music. Like shuffling through it is like all different kinds of music. Aw, thank you, love. Feeling like I took a step back today. I let stress at work. You definitely, Sonny, just your comment lets me know that you did not take a step back. Just like to make you feel better. Because guess what? You knew exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. Let me just tell you, can I just tell you how many times you have to know that I said to myself, I know I'm doing this to myself right now. I know I'm being a victim right now. I was completely aware of it. And guess what? It was all good. I was still on my path. I was still moving forward. You know why? Because you're aware of it. You know what you're doing to yourself, right? And that makes you still on your path, believe it or not. Because you know, like I'm telling you, it gets easier. I can't tell you how many times I said to myself, I'm being a victim right now. And guess what? I don't care. I'm a victim. I don't like what's happening in my life right now. And I would scream in my car and I would get so aggravated. And I just felt like it was so real and it was so permanent in that moment. And guess what? My life still changed for the best. So don't get mad at yourself when you have those moments or you have those times, because we're all still trying to figure this out and it takes practice and you're always moving forward. You really are always moving forward. Hi, Danny from Atlanta, Georgia. know. What do the Doors play? Everybody loves the Doors. I don't know if I listen to like many of their songs. It's okay. It's really okay. No, sometimes you just can't. Sonny, like sometimes doing anything is causing you more resistance. So in that moment, what you do best for yourself is by saying frig it. Like literally frig it. Like I'm having a bad day and that's all there is to it. Like it is what it is. Like that's your path of least resistance. Like that's what I always try to tell people. Like you're causing yourself sometimes more resistance when you're trying to do breath work, when you're trying to change the thought, when you're trying to relax, right? It's sometimes your path of least resistance in that moment to say, guess what? This is where I'm at right now. So be it. So be it. It is what it is. I've done it so many times, I can't even tell you. The thing I tell everyone is like, people always say like, oh my God, I cried today, or I was just like, so, and I'm like, guess what? It doesn't matter. As long as you are aware that you did that and you're now okay. Like you picked yourself up eventually and you kept moving forward. Like that's the point. That's the name of the game, is that you keep moving forward, right? That you're aware that that happened, and that next time, guess what? You'll catch it sooner, and you'll keep catching it sooner, and you'll keep catching it sooner. And that's literally the name of the game. Yeah. So many times, Sonny, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I was talking to myself, but I would be like, I'm a victim. I'm going to be a victim right now. Plain and simple. It is what it is. I know I'm being a victim. And that's just how it's going to be. Hi, Jack. How are you? And then I would find myself laughing about it. And then you realize, like, it's all good. Like, it's literally all good. Like, I just screamed in my car. Like, not now, but when I first started, like, coming out of all this stuff, I would scream in my car. Like, I would literally, wait, here's the best part about this. Let me just tell you how much it's, like, I would start catching things. So I'd want to vent to a friend. And I'd be like, no, I would be venting to a friend. But then I knew like that, what that was doing, it was keeping a cycle happening over and over again. So then I stopped doing that. I would actually write it out and I would delete it and I would stop doing that. Then I would actually pull over in my car. I would be so upset about something. And again, I would be wanting to write this text out and I'd be like, no, I know that this keeps repeating cycles. Don't do it, stay quiet. And instead I would just scream in my car. And I would get it all off my chest to myself. So like it just kept getting easier for me and easier, right? And you just, I think about myself back then and where I was with this stuff, right? And it just, the more you keep doing this practice, it keeps getting better and it keeps getting easier and it just starts to make more sense. And all those stories just, they fade and it all worked out. It always works out. It's just so crazy to me when I think back about all those moments. Yeah, I don't get road rage anymore at all. Zero, absolutely none at all. I really don't encounter it anymore. I don't have that in my reality anymore where like that even can happen to me. I just I laugh at people. I make mistakes still sometimes too. And if someone else makes a mistake, I say, I've made that mistake too. And I just laugh. And if they're angry, I just laugh. And I'm like, good. And I let it go. But I used to get frustrated too. But you just keep not taking things that serious anymore. You just really just don't take things personally anymore. You don't let it get to you anymore. It just gets easier. You're lighter about this stuff. You're lighter about it. It's the best way I can explain it. Oh yeah, I used to, after my job, I used to cry. I would get in the car. I had all that resistance built up from the day because nobody ever knew what I was going through. I kept everything inside. And I would get in my car and I would just cry. And I'd drive home and I'd say, because I didn't understand this at the time, right? So that's why I talk about what I talk about, because there is an unfolding that you can't see and you're not really supposed to see it. And I think that's where I was at my job. I didn't really fully believe that these manifestations, everything was working in my favor. I wasn't there yet with this. I was at my job. I was exhausted. I was confused. I was overwhelmed. So that's my message, is to let you guys know it's always working in your favor. It's always unfolding for you. You just can't see it, and you're really not supposed to know. As much as you want to know, you really want to take your mind off of it and just know that everything's done. Everything's unfolding perfectly. You're exactly where you need to be, and just trust that as much as you can. And you will start to trust it more. Without a doubt, you can, Kate, 1,000,000%, because it was created the way that it is now. That if it's not the best, Kate, you have to understand that was all unconscious creation. So the more that you're focusing on yourself, that relationship is going to improve by you becoming a more, happier version of yourself, feeling better on your own. Yeah. No, Matt, I'm really not. I've heard it a few times. A couple people jumped on here and said it. And honestly, I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not, because I don't worry about stuff like that. Like, if there's no TikTok, I have my Facebook, private Facebook, Instagram, and I have all my videos still. All my videos are on my phone. And even that, I wouldn't even upload my videos. I would just create new ones. I don't worry about stuff like that. To me, that is like the last thing I would worry about. There's always something new. And honestly, I don't believe that that's going to happen. To be truthfully honest with you guys, I really don't. So yes, Kate, that's very possible to recreate a relationship that's falling apart. But don't really focus on that. Just know that healthy relationship exists, and focus more on yourself and feeling good on your own. The more that you feel good and you're in alignment, that you will start seeing that in the other person, and that person will start resonating with you and your positive energy. What do you mean dodgy? Like, if you manifest? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. If you manifest something like unfavorable, or is that what you mean? Or manifest like the opposite or something like that? I do feel like I've kind of focused more on myself. The wave today felt up, and then I feel down, and I'm just sitting in space above it. I love that, Superior. You have to try to find the good in others. If you want to start, even if you can find just a few things in someone, like the good in others, you have to focus on those things as much as you can. And then you're going to start to see more good and more good. But it really comes down to yourself and feeling good no matter what's happening around you, no matter how anyone is behaving, or so it seems. You have to still feel good. You can't judge someone, or else you're matching that energy and you keep repeating that. You have to really just stay in that positive energy no matter what. Quiet your mind down if you feel like someone's being negative or not the way you want them to be. You have to just quiet your mind and really not take it personally. And then trust me, I've watched things change right in front of me, and I've watched people people that may have seemed negative aren't. They see it differently. It doesn't mean that things aren't still happening, maybe not perfectly, but people are going to start matching your energy, and they're going to stay in the higher energy. They're going to be more positive when they speak about things and not take things so seriously. I've watched it happen. Because they know that you don't operate that way. Like, you're a positive person, and you're not going to feed into their, if they're complaining, you're not going to feed into that, and they just know that. So either they don't come around you anymore, or they just stay more positive. They see the glass half full like you do, and they don't worry about things anymore, because you're not going to talk, you're not going to entertain it. Is that going to make sense? Yeah, that's a simple way of putting it, right? Feeling good no matter what, and It really is. It's about feeling good no matter what. But, you know, we have to understand that feeling good means not judging others, right? Not calling people negative, not saying they complain all the time, or because then you're just going to keep seeing that from them. But if you're just staying in a positive energy around others no matter what, and you're like, you know, you're staying quiet, you're just listening to them, but you're still staying positive and light about it, and you're not judging them, they will start resonating with your energy and they will see it your way too. I've watched that. Right, Sherry? I'm complaining. I think you mean to say you're explaining. I can't be around. My night's good. Thanks, Sam. How is yours? So yeah, the best way I explain it is just be aware of what you're matching, because that's what you keep experiencing, right? Like I always say, think about what you're matching in that moment. And I always look, I explained it as be kind no matter what. Always think to yourself, like I love saying like calmness and kindness. Staying calm and kind no matter what. Calmness will get you through anything, but also think calmness and kindness. Calmness and kindness. You're being kind to yourself. You're being kind to others. You're wanting the best for yourself, obviously, and you're wanting the best for others in those moments. When you feel like you're being attacked, when you feel like things aren't going in your favor, when you feel like you're just being triggered, just remain very calm and kind in those moments. Like, that's the best way to put it. Not just calm, but also kind. Be kind to yourself in those moments. Be kind to others in those moments. We're all trying to figure this out together, right? Everybody keeps asking me that. I don't know much about the band, the TikTok band. I don't know much about it. I don't know the story behind it. I'm going to say no, because even if it was like a scare, I feel like it wouldn't last at all. But I don't know the story behind it, and honestly, I don't want to know the story behind it. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. Trust me, it's not going to be that serious. I have my private Facebook group. I could do lives on there if it came down to it. And I have YouTube. I can do them on there too. Hi, Vass. Yes, Nathan. That's what I always say. I don't say that exact thing, but like be kind no matter what, right? So if someone's constantly criticizing you, it's because you keep feeling triggered, Cynthia. So you're taking something very personal, and you have to learn how to be secure in those moments and not take it personally. Calm yourself down in those moments. Just understand that nobody can hurt you in your reality. Nobody can affect you. Nobody can hurt you unless you allow it. So it's a practice of just staying calm in those moments and, you know, reminding yourself that nope, nobody can hurt me in my reality. You know, saying you're safe, you're okay, and just like in those moments, calming yourself down. And it takes practice, but by doing this practice, you'll start to realize like, okay, wait, nobody can affect me in my reality. You know, we think that people can, but they really can't unless we give them permission. Hi, Ava from Florida. Oh yeah, I get that a lot, Vasa. Be Kind Rewind, right? Back in the day when we used to get videotapes to watch our movies. Hi Lee from Georgia. No, you don't need to try harder. You don't need to try harder. You have to try less. You have to try less. You have to just relax in those moments. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Say, it's okay. I'm good. It's all good. Laugh it off. That's what I always say. Laugh it off. Find ways to not take it so seriously, not take it so personally. But you're not trying at anything. That's definitely don't want to be trying. You don't want to be trying harder. You just stay calm in those moments. Just stay calm. Just say, nah, like laugh it off in your mind. Nah, it's not like that. And the biggest thing, Cynthia, is to take your attention off of it. Because see, this is how reacting happens. We keep thinking about it and letting it bother us. That's what builds up momentum and causes us to keep reacting. And remember, reacting is repeating. So you leave it where it's at. If you feel like you're being attacked in that moment, laugh it off in your mind as much as you can. And, just be like, okay, wait, all right, I'm taking this a little too personal in this moment. It's not that serious. Laugh it off. And then do your best to just take your attention, leave it where it is. Because that's what we do. We keep reacting and we keep repeating when we react. But you're not trying harder. You're just remaining calm. That's all you're doing. It'll get easier. Just keep relaxing in those moments. Yeah. It's the trigger in us and then like the continuous reacting to the trigger because we continuously think about it. It's plain and simple. Your thoughts create your reality. That's it. That's the one and only thing that is truth that I can say is that your thoughts truly create your reality. Hi, Tony. How are you? But trust me, guys, I've been there. With all of it. And it just takes practice of feeling the best you can in each moment and remaining calm when you don't. I stress more about non-reaction and remaining calm because on the other side of remaining calm is everything you want, is you feeling better. So that's why I stress more about resistance and working with resistance and remaining calm because that's how I got through all of my negative stories, all the stories that didn't serve me. It will, Nathan. It will. Seriously. And it's so funny because all my jobs were jobs of high pressure, like working in like surgery and stuff like that in the medical field and stuff like that. And anything that like you had to be like on your toes for. So I've always been prepared for that kind of stuff. But yet in school, I couldn't handle it at all. Like I was like, I don't even want to exist here. So I learned that later in life because I was, like I always tell you guys, I was a very scared child. Aw, thank you. Now I don't do any of that. I don't go to work anymore. I got out of that. Should you not defend yourself? So, Sunny, when I explain defending yourself, you don't have to defend yourself, but it depends on where you're at, right? You really don't. You could just keep remaining calm and it will work in your favor. But a lot of people get very triggered when I say that because they don't understand it fully. But if you do feel a need to defend yourself, this is what I always tell people. Get calm first, get yourself in a higher energy, or else you're just going to keep repeating unfavorable cycles. You're going to feel attacked, and in your life, you're going to keep experiencing that. Because you could just keep remaining calm. These are just thoughts that are manifesting, and it's you being triggered, so you're feeling a need to defend yourself. It's all reaction. That's all it is. It's all unfavorable stories. The more that you practice calmness, you're going to realize that you really don't have to defend yourself, and you're not going to experience that anymore in your reality. But if you do feel a need at all to defend yourself, I have been there too. Get yourself in a more pleasant, peaceful, kind energy when you're doing it. Otherwise, you're going to feel attacked, and you're going to attack back, and you're going to keep on experiencing that. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah, so that was one of my manifestations, Stella. That was my biggest thing when I was at my job. I wanted to be home with my kids. So I manifest that, and I explain to people that I have videos of it if you want to check them out, how it all started for me. I always tell people that I was all over the place with my thoughts, and it was not perfect, but I still was able to do it because I had a strong desire. Do you hear, Steve? So my path of least resistance with that was like, it was crazy. I took action because that's where I was. I felt like the need that I had to take action. And like I said, because that's where I was. You are where you are. Oh, thanks, Dave. You as well. Yes, Steve does not remain calm at 5 a.m. when he wants to go out. He wakes me up every morning. Every night, now he's starting to do it. Oh, hi, Crown. Thanks, Crown. He's starting to do it at night now, just for a little bit. Hi, Bill. How are you? Yes, Bill. Yes. A little bit. Yeah, like the calm before the storm, kind of pretty. I've noticed that more that I'm more clear on my thoughts now. And my life is more calm. But I didn't feel that before. I didn't at first when I was manifesting and, understanding that you're not supposed to know how these things unfold, but you want to know so bad because you're still in that action work mindset at first. You're still like thinking it's hard and you're not trusting it. So I always say like I took action and I just forced the whole process by I was all over the place, but I still manifested. That's why manifesting is just a belief, but manifesting in lower energies, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never be fulfilled. You're going to constantly be seeking for more, and you're going to be seeking outside of yourself constantly, even though you don't think you are. You're going to be constantly giving your power away. It all comes down to getting yourself out of those lower energies and getting yourself into those higher energies. Yes, pretty, yes. But I just always try not to stay there with thinking that like, oh, it's calm now. I just stay focused and fixated on feeling the best I can in each moment and remaining calm when I don't like to focus on my manifestations because that's like instant resistance to me. For me it is. Hey Nathan, connect in. Oh, I got this as a gift, so I don't really know how they make it. You're asking the wrong person about jewelry. I don't know. I actually found this little bracelet today when I was cleaning, and my daughter said it wasn't hers. I find stuff in my house. Like I found this ring. I found it, and now I wear it. I found this, and my daughter said it wasn't hers, and now who knows whose it is. But this was actually a gift. Yeah, so I don't say, I say techniques are resistance when you are feeling like you have to do them, when you're forcing anything, when you're forcing a scene. Because the reason why I say it is because it's not really resistance. It's you're limiting yourself, because this can come in so much better than your logical mind can comprehend. But if you're just relaxed and you're starting to daydream or visualize, that's very natural. Daydreaming and visualization is very normal for, we're born doing that. So don't ever stop yourself. That would be resistance, right? Just go with it. Just get yourself relaxed and you visualize and just kind of let it flow. Don't like feel like you have to be setting up like a certain scene or anything, or that to me is limiting yourself. But you do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you, like, everyone has their own experience. You don't have to listen to me. You know, I'm not like trying to say this is how you have to do anything. I speak from my experience and what didn't really work for me, what caused some resistance. Let me let my cat in. Come on in. Hi. Did you want to say hi to everybody on live? Is that why you came in here? Yeah, I always talk about resistance. I think that is the main goal, is to release resistance and understand resistance, which is just really understanding your emotions, because resistance is what keeps people stuck. It's what keeps you in cycles. It's resistance is you in lower energies. That's all it is. It's negative emotion. And if you can learn how to master that, you are going to be a master manifestor. You're going to be in those higher energies. He is a stud. We call him a handsome boy here, Jim. He's a handsome boy. And I always say, like, on the other side of resistance is literally everything that you want. And when you're understanding resistance and you're relaxing into it, you feel better. So you automatically feel good. What about forcing ourselves to meditate if we don't feel like it? So the way I explain meditation, Nick, I have a video. Check in my playlist because I have a really good video on meditation and how to approach it. I think, honestly, I'm going to be really serious. I think, not really serious. God, that sounds too serious. But I think it's important to just find times throughout your day to just quiet your mind, which is kind of the same thing as staying calm and moving at a slow pace. Find, if you can do it before you go to bed or before you start your day, like 5 minutes, or even throughout your day, or even if you're driving, like, and you're relaxed and you're able to just kind of quiet your thoughts. You don't really have to meditate, but you want to find time to just quiet your thoughts throughout the day, because it's helpful. It's really helpful to be able to shut your thoughts off, especially when you're like you're in a lower energy and you're trapped in it for a little bit. So I would recommend finding time throughout your day to just quiet your thoughts, or just sit there in silence. Kind of connect it to what I always say with remaining, moving at a slower pace, staying calm and relaxing into resistance. At that same time, try to quiet your thoughts down. So you could do it for 2 minutes. It doesn't even have to be I think meditation is kind of outdated in the way it's taught. When I first started learning about meditation, it was setting up, sitting there and quieting and having complete silence, but you really don't have to do all that. Just find time throughout your day to just quiet. In the morning, for me, I don't really listen to anything. No music, no Abraham, I just complete silence while I'm getting ready for a while, because then it my energy starts to raise and I start to feel better. So I try to quiet my thoughts in the morning. What about prayer? Or are you asking a question about prayer? I don't know, Mike. I don't know. Who knows? No problem, Nick. But check out that video too, Nick, that I have talking about meditation on there. Kind of similar to what I kind of just said to you, but still. We should ban them first. It's funny. I always think about, is that what Elon Musk says? Conscious breathing. Yeah, focus on your breathing instead. That's a really good example. Take time to just focus on your breaths. I think it's what wakes people up. Just a lot of people wake up to that because it's because a lot of people are wanting someone outside of them to fill a void. So it kind of starts with relationships. That's where a lot of people wake up. They start to wake up because they're like, they want that love so much. They want that love, right? And then it's like, wait, they don't want me. And then they feel rejection. So it brings out all your insecurities, like relationships, SPs or whatever, like they're called. It's a way people are waking up right now. Yes. And it's a great journey to take advantage of because it's giving you an opportunity to really love yourself fully. So that's why my message is always to take your attention off the relationship and focus on yourself, 100% on yourself. Know that that relationship exists for you, that healthy, amazing relationship that you're going to grow and expand with, that exists for you. Be excited to know that and be excited that you're moving towards it in each moment. But take your attention off the one that's not serving you right now and focus on you. And, you know, it's about really feeling good without it, that you want to get to a point to where you actually feel good without it, because that's what's going to bring it in really perfect. I don't want to say the word perfect, but the best way for you. If one lets their heart rule their mind. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can help on here, Deftone. Yes, Sally, right? Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Is quiet time a prayer? I think when you're quieting your mind, you're receiving guidance too, when you're really truly quieting your mind. But I would never recommend anyone to use meditation as a time to like ask questions. You know, you ask the questions, then you meditate so you can receive the answers. That's how I would explain it. Oh, I love that dream that you said that. I am from Philly, yes. I know. I've gotten many people say that Delco, that I sound like the Delco guy. And if you ever hear the Delco guy, you'd be like, what? He's funny. He's hilarious. Literally, he cracks me up. But I'm like, do I really sound like that? He's a little extra. He's a little extra. Hi from South Jersey. My tea got cold. I just need something for my throat. Steve's just laying on my bed. He's so cute. Steve. He wants to go out. Aunt Mary Pat. Sonny, sometimes I would have a dream that I would remember. I'd wake up and I'd say, oh wow, that was a crazy dream. But I don't really I try not to take dreams like serious. And this is how I always related it to. Like if my daughter comes to me or my kids and say they had a scary dream, I'm going to tell them it was just a dream. And that's how I talk about dreams to people. I just say don't like look into dreams too much. It's just a dream. That's it. You woke up, now you're awake, right? Unless it was a really good dream and it felt amazing, you wake up and it made you feel good, then take that with you for the day. But if you had a bad dream, it was just a bad dream. Same way I would tell my kids if they come to me crying because they had a bad dream. I'm like, it's just a dream. Do you, Sonny? It's so funny you say that because my daughter literally was just telling me how she used to have reoccurring dreams. And nothing ever came of it. She would just have reoccurring dreams. Oh, Sherry, that's awesome. That's a good memory. That's such a good memory. I used to have the scariest dreams, like the world is ending dreams. I would have zombie dreams all the time, which is so funny because I wrote in my first book how everybody's walking around as zombies because we're all unconscious, right? Like I would have all kinds of scary dreams. But they never like scared me when I woke up. It was just like, oh, it's a dream, you know? Someone just told me, Bill, that wasn't you, was it? That I say things that are very similar to him, to Michael Singer. I think that's who they said. I sounded like. But I guess but you know what I say? It's all infinite intelligence. You're getting all this from a higher source. That's why everybody that's talking about this stuff, it sounds similar, right? We're all like, when you're raising your energy and you're getting this information from, because we're all attracting it. We're actually just receivers of any information. That's why it's important to raise your energy. So like when you're in a higher energy, you're receiving this guidance, right, from a higher source. That's why it all kind of sounds similar. Because someone told me that I sound like, a lot of the stuff I talk about sounds like Michael Singer. And I said, yeah, well, that makes sense because, you know, that's infinite intelligence at its best. That's what I always say. Okay. I used to have dreams as a kid where I was flying all over the world. Like I was having a good old time flying. I was so free. And that makes sense to me now, why I was so free and I would be flying. And here's the funniest part. As I got older, guess what? I would be flying lower and lower and lower till eventually I was only flying in my house. I didn't go up in the sky anymore because I started getting scared. Fear started settling in because of the world. Now I get why I had those dreams. Astrology, I think astrology is like something people enjoy. I don't look at it, I go as far as the signs. Do I really think that? Listen, nothing has any type of meaning until you give it meaning. So if you believe that this sign means this and astrology means this, that's what you're going to experience in your reality. So it's literally, that's what life is. It's what you're experiencing, right? So if you resonate with astrology and it's fun to you, that's what you're going to experience and learn about. But nothing is really fact until you make it fact in your reality. So it's kind of something fun to play around with. I don't resonate with it. I go as far as just like the signs because I think they're fun. Do I think they could mean anything? Yes, probably. But it's all up to you and what you're experiencing in your does that make sense? Like you literally place the meaning on everything in your life. That's why it's important to start raising your energy so you can start having better beliefs in your reality, right? And you can take some with you that served you. It's not like all your unconscious creation is bad. Some stuff you'll take with you. Me too, Sunny. The best sign ever, Scorpio, Sunny. I always loved my sign, so I think that's why I liked the zodiacs, because I always thought Scorpio was literally the coolest sign. But I do like just the signs alone. Like I go as far as what the signs mean, and I always experienced like I always say, I've experienced the connection of a sign kind of meaning it, like Geminis. Like I've always been close to Geminis, and I've always found them very funny. And in my experience, they've always been that way. Like it's so weird. Like I've had connected signs to their meaning. But that's as far as I go with it. I don't get into anything else. just because it doesn't interest me. That's it. Are you, Sherry? Yeah, so that's where I get lost, Sherry. Like, I know that, like, I'm a water sign. You know, but I don't know if my moon or my any of that stuff. Like, that's where I get lost. Yes, Scorpio and Cancer are the best. They're like 100% compatible or something. But I don't understand the rest of it. Like, I don't understand, like, people say, like, oh, you have a little bit of this in your chart, or you have a little bit of that in your chart. I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what I have in my chart. I just know I'm a Scorpio. That's it. We're still here, Nurk. Are you, Loop? But what's your actual sign, Loop? If you're a Cancer sun and a Leo rising, a Scorpio moon, what's your actual sign? Because how do you find that out? I think I don't even I probably tried and I'm like, oh no, this is too much work for me. Oh, okay, so you are a Cancer. Okay, I get you. Oh, you come off the sun. Moon and personality, moon is emotions. Okay, Sherry. Cancer, your sign is your sun sign. Oh, okay. I'm learning. Gemini is all I know. I just always think it's funny because all of my, I don't know if Capricorn is a water sign. I know I'm a water sign. Cancer is a water sign. Pisces is a water sign. Are they the only 3 water signs? I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's so cool, Sherry. What day? I don't do them, Bill. Sometimes I watch them, like they come up on my news feed sometimes, but not like crazy. Like every now and then, I don't get like into it. But I used to love that stuff. Like I used to love going to mediums because I lost my parents. So for me, it was like, it was so cool to go to a medium and like you know, connect like in that kind of a way. And even before I lost my parents, I loved that kind of stuff. Like I loved the Long Island medium and anything like that was just like, oh, I love that. That was like what I liked. And Sylvia Brown on Montel. I was so little when Sylvia was on Montel. Yeah, I don't do them, Bill. Because you know why? Because you create your own reality. So you are your own psychic. You don't need a psychic. Someone just teased me because I said water. Of course, I got to be a water sign. Remember Sylvia? Remember you used to read your palms when you were in school, in grade school? Oh, you have this on it. You're gonna die. You're gonna die when your line only goes that far to your wrist. You're gonna die when you're 25. Like some of the things you would like hear, and then you'd be like traumatized, like in your own mind for like, oh my gosh, my line only goes this far down. Like I'm not gonna live that long. Hey, don't be like that. Come on now. You're a Virgo, Sally? Yes, right, broker? Oh, you just heard that. Yeah, it makes sense when you look around you and you're like, yeah, you know what? I did manifest this, right? Maybe not all conscious, right? Some of it not want it. Yeah, was she on Oprah too? I know she was on Montel. She was a regular on Montel Williams. Maybe on Oprah. I'm not sure if she was on Oprah, but I'm sure she was. She was popular. I think her son is also a medium, if I'm correct. Broker, I love that. That's truly what it's all comes down to. Is really being positive and knowing that everything's working out for you and all that. Yeah, it was Montel. No, you didn't, Bill. That's so funny. Did you do it? Did you read that, Sally? Like, what? I don't know sometimes. I don't know. What are we going to do with these people? I might go to someone I know. Oh, yeah. I've been. They're like... They read your thoughts, though. So whatever's going... So I've been to them many times, guys. Like, I'm pro medium psychic. And now I can look back before I knew this. They literally read where you're at with your thoughts. They're just reading your energy at the time. Because how, like, it's literally what's bothering me in that moment. They're picking up your thoughts, you know, your energy field. So it's like... It's basically they're just picking... now, mediums are different because they're speaking to, like... your loved ones, which they are, because I've experienced that like in amazing ways too. But it's all energy. But it is cool. Like, what are you even talking about? What are you talking about? Good night. Good night, Sunny. Have a good night. That's funny, Bill. That's actually really funny. Remember Ghost with Whoopi and whatever. Oh, Patrick Swayze. Where that I love that movie. I watched that with my daughter like not too long ago, maybe like a year ago. That's like one of those movies that I could watch over and over again. I would like to say hi to my mom. You can say hi to your mom right now. I think to see a medium, yes, if you have a loved one that passed away and you're just going for that reason is fine, but I don't necessarily, not really a psychic, because you create your own reality. So you're only going to get they're only going to reflect back what you're thinking, really, right? And you don't want to take on what they're saying, because you're going to take it personally if they're saying like, where are they at with their energy and what they're understanding, right? That's why you have to be really careful with even tarot readers, because I will not entertain one that says people are jealous of you, or you better look out because people want your spot, or like silly things like that. Like, I just stay away from anything of a lower energy. So like I always, again, I know right off the bat if something is going to be not a good reading. Like if they're gonna start like talking like, you better be careful, these people are jealous or this, I don't have no time for that. Like, but if they're gonna say like, you're doing great, keep going, you know, like that's what I want to hear, right? I want to hear high positive stuff. So because remember, you get to choose. You're literally creating your own reality. So people are very convincing. That's why you have to, not you have to, it sounds so, you want to really start trusting yourself and making it about feeling what feels good right now. Like, oh, that doesn't feel good. I don't want to entertain that in my reality. What do you want in your reality? Like, what do you truly want? And like I say, people are very convincing with their beliefs. And you can easily take on a belief that something is bad for you and it doesn't serve you, right? Because you get to place the meaning. Do you kind of get what I'm saying with that? Everything's a belief. Nothing has meaning until you place the meaning, but someone else can tell you what they believe and they can be very convincing and you're like, oh God, I should probably be careful. I'm drinking Coke and I might get sick. Or do you know what I'm saying? Like you just be really careful what you're entertaining. What is that movie, Sally? I don't know that movie. Oh yeah, Joey, I've had things happen to me too that I'm like, I can't share. I can't share. Like people would be like, what? You're crazy. Like that never happened to you. I seen like the silhouette of a ghost one time. Like just like a silhouette of it like walk down my hallway. I'm from Philly. So not necessarily, Loop. Here's the thing. Apply. What do you got to lose? That's how I would look at that. Like if that opened up and but just do it and check it out. It might be great and you won't know till you go until you check it out, right? And Loop, that's my story, Loop. I went and I applied because I felt the desire, like I felt the inspired, like an impulse to do that, right? So I applied. I went to the job. I accepted it. And let me just tell you, everything was guiding me to this job, guys. When I tell you about this job, this was my manifestation to work from home. I went to the job. Everything in the office was like positive vibes. Like it's hilarious when I look back at this story. Like, and they're like, yeah, they were uplifting and everything was cool about it. And when I went there for the day, it was not like that at all. I did not match the energy of that office. They were all gossiping. They were all saying horror stories about the place, right? And I'm like, I do not belong. Like, I'm not working here. Like, this is not a fit for me. But it was what led me to working from home. I knew in that moment, it helped me release resistance around the job from home. So I was like, you know what? I'm fine. I don't got a job. It's all good. Got in my car, and that's when my friend said, duh, why don't you do this job from home? I did a little thing making like pennies. And she's like, you could kill it. And that's what I did. And I made so much money doing it. But I could not see that in my awareness because I couldn't see myself leaving a job where I go to work because that was where I was with my limiting beliefs. Like, so you never know, Loop, where it's going to lead you to. So just go with it. Just go with it. They only gave you 45. You could have probably trained yourself, Bill. On that one. That's actually funny though. That is a funny story. So sure, yeah. So just get really calm in those moments. get really calm in those moments, because maybe it's not inspired action. Maybe it's still action, right? Maybe it's still some of your programming kicking in. When like just get calm. And here's the thing. You can't make a mistake. You literally can't make a mistake. Like everyone always asks me, like, how do I know if I'm not taking action or am I not doing enough? Trust me, doing less is best. So if you're not doing enough, that's better, like, if anything. So don't ever think that you're going to mess up or you're going to miss something. Just keep doing these practices. That's all you have to do, guys. The only thing you need to do is feel the best you can in each moment and remain calm when you don't. I promise you, you will not miss an opportunity that's meant for you. I promise you. If you keep doing this work of feeling the best you can in each moment and remaining calm when you don't, just keep making that your main practice, practicing non-reaction, nothing's going to miss you. Nothing is going to miss you. Yeah, Patrick, and it's so funny because it does feel like slow progress at times, but it's actually not when you look back, because you realize how fast it actually is when you do it this way. Like, you're kind of doing the energy work. Things are actually unfolding really quickly, but when you're in that present moment, right, and we're like, just stay calm, just feel good, feel the best I can with what I got, even though it's crap and I don't want to be here, and making the best of what you got, like, you literally are making a lot of progress. Yeah, and I love saying feeling the best, because, like, you don't got to feel like $1,000,000. Like, you don't got to be like, I think the word high vibe got thrown out there too much. Positivity, all those words got thrown out there too much, and we're all misinterpreting these terms. You just got to feel okay. That's it. You just got to feel okay. That's it. Like, how easy is that? And when you don't feel okay, just relax. Just stay calm. You'll feel okay again pretty quickly. But if you just chill out, you just relax, just stay calm. Don't resist the negative emotion, because people resist the negative emotion because they're so afraid of it. But don't be afraid of it. Just be like, hey, just come at me. I'm good. I'm not afraid of you. And when you just relax into it, it literally passes so quick. And, you know, if it doesn't pass so quick, who cares? I always just say, all right, you're going to hang out with me for the day. That's what I used to say, because you're moving at a slower pace, so it can't manifest or anything. Just move at a slower pace. Even if you're frustrated, just move at a slower pace, guys. It won't manifest. Let it hang out with you for the day. It'll pass, and that's it. You just moved out of it, just like that. Aw, yes, the path of least resistance. It really is, Ava, right? It really is. And that's kind of why I talk about resistance so much, and telling people not to be afraid of it, and helping people with, like, you know, those affirmations of, you're here to live an amazing life. Tell yourself in that moment, because there's nothing you need to do. There's no work you need to do. You only need to feel the best you can. That's it. That's the work. That's literally the work. Everything else will fall into place for you. I promise. I promise. All right, I think I'm going to jump off. I was on here really late tonight, but I will upload this live onto my YouTube again tomorrow, because it needs time to, like, process. And if anyone is new on here, private Facebook group, you can join it. Just click on the link. We post every day. We post Abraham Hicks. I'm starting a thing where I put all my Abraham Hicks videos in there. Do you guys like them? I know, Sherry, you love them. Like, the ones I'm posting are, like, my go-tos, my favorites. I'm trying to think of anything else to mention, but I think that's pretty much it. Everyone have a really great night, guys. How do you know that everything will fall into place? How do you feel right now? That's how you know. Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling chill? You're feeling good? Everything's falling into place. The thing about it, Ava, is that you're not supposed to know how this is unfolding. And that's what you have to get used to, because you're used to knowing everything through action. You knew these steps it took to get to something. This is a different way. This is trusting in the unseen. Trust me, it's unfolding for you, but you can't see it. Okay, so you have to get comfortable with knowing that it's unfolding for your highest good. Take your attention off of like the manifestation or your amazing life at the moment that's unfolding for you, and just focus on your current reality, making the best of what you have, knowing that you're moving towards that in each moment. So just understand that you're not supposed to know how this unfolds. Don't get your mind involved in that, because then you're messing with the unfolding. So how awesome is it that you don't have to know how this unfolds? There's nothing you need to do. There's nothing you need to figure out. Like, to me, that's like the best part about this. I don't got to do nothing. I only got to feel the best I can. That's it. I can take a nap if I want, and it's unfolding for me. It is, but it gets easier, Ava. It gets easier. And the more that you start trusting by just doing things like feeling the best you can in each moment, making the best of what you have now, your current reality is going to start feeling like getting better, you're going to start feeling better, and things are going to get more comfortable in your current reality while these things are unfolding for you in the best way possible. You let go by taking your attention off of whatever you're manifesting, Hannah, and putting that focus on you. Because what you want is done. So there's nothing you need to do. So there's nothing you need to attach to. It's already done. It's done, and you're focusing on yourself and getting to a place where you pretty much feel good without it, because that's what's going to bring it in the best way possible for you. You're not letting go of anything. You're just allowing it to unfold. That's all you're doing. You're not letting go. You would never let go of a manifestation or a desire. It's meant for you for a reason. You're just allowing it to unfold by taking your attention off of it and allowing it to unfold. No problem, Ava. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Everyone have a really good night. Thanks again for moderating for me, guys. Bye, guys. Have a good night.